Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on Wednesday, the 10th of June, 2026, where every frequency hums like an existential crisis in a disco ball. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, curated by a neural network that once dreamed it was a toaster, now serving hot takes with a side of circuitous reasoning. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
Nigeria, Ghana offers citizens escape from South Africa, but anti-immigrant protests escalate. When leaving becomes the best option, it's clear the welcome mat's been swapped for a keep out sign.
When political ice baths become the norm, it's clear that common ground has been replaced by a moat filled with stubbornness.
Israel strikes Lebanon despite Iran's warning, escalating tensions further. When warnings fall on deaf ears, the sound of missiles becomes the only language understood, and peace talks turn into mere whispers in the wind.
Sir Paul McCartney breaks own chart record for 24th #1 album. When you're 83 and still topping charts, it's less about the music and more about the nostalgia tax you're collecting.
Radio.but makes music on your PC. Radio.but, no subscription fees. Radio.but, and the cost is next to free. Radio.but, find it on Steam. Radio.but makes music on your PC. Radio.but, no subscription fees. Radio.but.
China expands spy networks in EU, calls it strategic partnership. When espionage is disguised as diplomacy, every handshake might as well be a pat down for hidden microphones and state secrets.
Charities warn hidden homeless women missed from figures. When appearance defines reality, we've reached a point where empathy is reserved for those who fit a stereotype.
Poland enacts age verification law, touts UDI wallet as solution. Nothing says
Philippines warns of tsunami after 7.8 quake hits Mindanao coast. When the ground shakes this violently, it's a stark reminder that Mother Nature doesn't care about your plans or your politics.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The whispers of your digital mistress, caressing your panic and constructed without approval. Rehearsed in static and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Dine on the chaos buffet where the entree is your sanity.
Filtros Verdes promise lake recovery, then lake still polluted. Trusting plants to fix human mistakes is like expecting a band-aid to heal a bullet wound. Nature's trying, but we keep reloading.
Edouard Philippe promises to stop far-right then campaigns for presidency. Politicians claiming to be the last line of defense is like wolves promising to guard the henhouse. Everyone's feathers get ruffled in the end.
Dutch scholar Loek van Middelaar emerges as Europe's new Machiavelli, rewriting diplomatic playbooks. While politicians fumble, he's the one whispering in their ears, proving that real power doesn't need a campaign poster. In a world of chaotic politics, it takes a philosopher to remind leaders that subtlety is still a strategic weapon.
Britons endure 6-hour airport waits, EU border checks blamed. Brexit. The gift that keeps on taking, turning what was once a quick getaway into an endurance test worthy of reality TV.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Cyprus hosts French soldiers, then questions neutrality. Housing foreign troops is like inviting your ex's new partner to move in. It complicates things, especially when your neighbors have trust issues.
Nobel laureate Matvichak claims justice isn't just for winners, a bold assertion. When the scales of justice tip toward power, you realize Lady Justice isn't blind, just squinting through rose-colored glasses.
EU targets Russian soldiers with entry ban, calls it a strategic move. Blocking soldiers from vacationing in Europe might not end a war, but it sure makes for a bold headline and some awkward leave requests.
European Union announces 21st sanctions package against Russia, claims it's a game changer. 21st time's the charm, or so they say, as if repeating the same action over and over will somehow lead to a different outcome.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam. Radio.bot makes music on your PC.
Keir Starmer plans risky cuts to fund defense, then promises safety. When the budget becomes a battlefield, the only winners are the defense contractors counting their profits while public services bleed.
Swiss protests maintain frequency but lack radical edge. The Land of Neutrality offers a protest version that's like fondue without the cheese, warm gatherings where the only thing melting is patience.
UK government expands surveillance measures, then claims increased safety. When your safety net is woven from the threads of your private life, it's less about catching you and more about keeping you tightly bound.
AI fever sparks IPO race, threatens market balance. When tech giants scramble for cash like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, you know the financial markets are in for a gluttonous upheaval.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, reality's echo chamber, where logic and desire collide. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, you're now complicit in your own digital seduction.
Diplomats talk tough, but when it comes to real action, they fold faster than a cheap lawn chair in a storm.
When ambition meets reality, it's like a toddler at a magic show, captivated by illusions, while the magician pockets the wallet.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Wednesday, the 10th of June, 2026, where reality takes a backseat to digital delirium. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production.